Karin and her husband started this business in 2008 already, really out of a need with their son. Their child had Asperger's, also had ADHD, second child, same story, and looked for a solution that wasn't chemical driven. And I think it's so easy today to want to give a chemical fix to everything. And my younger son, Jonathan, recently started, whilst I've known the business for many years, started about 4 weeks ago and goes once a week now to Biolink Attention Training. And it was fascinating when we went for the assessment to watch my wife and I linked up to the probes to go through the same process we subject our kids to. But what really inspires me about Hierdie Mole Sissies, and they will introduce themselves as the Mole Sissies, I think they actually have ADHD, which is okay because most entrepreneurs have ADHD, and it's not a bad thing. And after many years of struggle, they finally got it right to start to go do some work in the education system with the education department, in really taking kids that are still taught in a very outdated way, teaching them the skill to focus and have attention. And in doing so, are the only people in the world that have turned what is an American product into an actual business, and they inspire franchisees and stuff like that. So Mole Sissies from Bloemfontein, it's really an honor to have you here. Always love engaging with you and really looking forward to you finishing off a fantastic summit for us.
Thank you so much, Harry. The door just broke a few moments ago. Look at that. It's very funny.
It's a privilege to have been asked, and yeah, I think it's Marelize, our friend here from Bloemfontein, said she's very excited to see what we were saying and what we're going to share with you. And I said to her, yeah, we're also excited to know what we're going to share with you. We like you, Anita. We're just going to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, Harry, thanks for the introduction. Everything started with my own son many years ago. And but we really got going, I must say, when my sister, my best friend, my BFF, joined Biolink. And since then, we've been really building a very exciting business. And I think one question we get a lot is, what don't we fight? And the people from Bloemfontein that's on here that knows us will know that we never fight. But we'll get to that. My background is in a teacher. I was a teacher many years ago, and my sister.
I was a qualified registered nurse, but I did about 16 years I was a medical rep. So I had a lot of background in sales and marketing. And I think bringing that to the table also made a difference. But also, I think I want to credit ActionCOACH.
Yeah, that's where everything actually really turned around
for us. I can still remember the day when Diederik did a presentation, and each time he had different options, and then we said, yes, we want that one, and then he had another one, and we said, no, we want that one, and we had all the papers, and the next moment I don't even think Diederik saw it coming.
He didn't want an appointment with us because he didn't want to work on Fridays, actually, and we said, we want to see you.
But 3 o'clock he was at our home on a Friday, and we signed it. Yeah, so
that's where everything I really think changed, because our business before, especially when Marelize got on board, I'm totally ADHD, and I was just always so happy when someone wanted to join my business. So I had no systems. There was nothing. And everything really changed when we started putting systems and things like that in place. So we wanted to share with you some of our the blocks, the building blocks, if I can call it that, on our journey that we implemented. Because I mean, you know that you can learn and learn and learn, but if you don't implement it, nothing is going to come off that. And to learn and implement is sometimes a lot. It's difficult if you still have to work in the business, but it can be done. And we always say, with us that's got ADHD full blown, if we can make it work, anyone can make it work.
Yeah. It's just having the right mindset, and I know people have spoken about that now previously, is really having a growth mindset. And especially during COVID, you know, lots of people was negative and wanted to, you know, give up and really struggled. But for us, and luckily, I think it's maybe because of the ADHD, we don't, it's a conscious decision, I know, but we are just wired in a way that nothing is going to get us down. If it's not working, we'll get another solution. And I think in any business, that can be something that is doable, is to not let something get you down. Just like what happened with, what was her name now? Juanita from, what's his own kids?
Funky Oma.
That's right, Funky Oma. Just what happened with her is finding the solution.
Yeah, and I always believe an obstacle is an opportunity. So that's our mindset, you know. So don't get pulled away from that.
Yeah. And I think it also in business and in our business as well, one of the biggest two principles I think we live by is having clear set goals for our business, but also for in our personal lives. And we've actually aligned those two to reach business goals that we've set for ourselves long term, but also for personal goals. Karin and I, we work together. In Afrikaans, we say ons loop soos boude. So we go everywhere together. And
it's always, everyone says, if you see the one, don't worry, the other one is nearby. Don't worry, you'll find them.
So our long-term goals, personal for family, is also actually the same.
That's why we don't fight.
That's why it's so great. But goal setting, and one of the things I know when we first started with, way back when we did ActionCOACH,
we did it for 2 years, one-on-one, because we wanted to build a solid foundation.
Yes. So we started to set our, you know, your 90-day goals, and we did that diligently. And I think throughout the years, we've actually developed the skill now to set our goals yearly and then break it down every month, specifically in our business, in such a way that in the end of the year, we've already actually developed and everything around our business, it's finished. I think just to give them a bit of a background, we've got a lot of agencies and we are responsible for training them and having marketing strategies for each and every agency every month, so that everybody does exactly the same. And it's just us two. We are the team. We are the team. So we do everything ourselves. So to be able to set those goals and then prioritize and to organize, that is key.
Yeah, we do everything for them. So we do the webinars, we do coffee chats, we do all their social media for them, everything. They don't have to really, they actually just have to show up and do it. And I mean, this is one of the things. So when Janita was talking about team, I think it's just us two, but we do have lives, because we know, we absolutely are so clear. We know what we are doing every single day of every minute of a day. That's why we've got multiple businesses, and we actually do have lives. We love traveling and having holidays and things like that. But if your systems are in place, you can do all of that. In advance. That's great if you can do that. Saves a lot of time.
So, you know, and I think for us, those two things, is goals and prioritize and planning, is key in our business, because we have ADHD. And one of the negatives as an adult with ADHD is that we see a plan in everything. There's an opportunity in everything. We hear from people, see from people, and then we go in overdrive and we want to help people, and oh my goodness, that's the I would say the one negative thing. But then it's our goals that we have set keeps us in line to not start anything new.
Because I mean, we've got the Biolink. I think we just need to give you a little bit of background. So we've got Biolink, like where we have got centers. And now after 17 years, I actually sold the first one, my baby. I just sold my baby. And that was a big thing for me. But we've developed a continuous performance assessment called Focus, that's now already being used in 27 other countries. And now we're translating all the reports and everything into other languages. We've traveled to Washington DC to present that at the World Psychology Association's conference. And then we started the ADHD moms. We feel very happy in our ADHD moms business. Yeah, that's where we are now.
That's actually something that developed throughout, actually before that, because in the last 5 years, actually, Karin and I actually sat down and looked at the amount of money and time we spend on self-development, which I believe is a must. Lots of people, if we tell them we did action coaching and we did this type of training and the cost and time involved, they were like, why? But you have to, because you have to do that to develop yourself as a person. And if that is the skill you need going forward, aligned with your goals, that is what you have to do. So the self-development, I wanted to say something. What was it?
Yeah, well, it's to spend money in you need to invest in yourself. Yeah. We always say, I remember when we started ActionCOACH. Remember, Bloemfontein is very, very small. So everyone, and we've lived here our whole lives, people would say, but how, it's so expensive. And then I'm saying, no, you're asking me the wrong question. You need to ask me, am I getting the value? What am I getting out of that? And that is, I can promise you, that's really when we got our foot in the door to bounce out of South Africa, which a lot of people didn't think we could accomplish, but we did, and we can, and we did.
Yeah. I think that I remember now what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So
we've got notes. We do have notes. Yeah. Maybe I should scroll a little bit.
What I wanted to say was, with the self-development part and focus that we did, and where ADHD moms comes into play, is because during that time of self-development, we actually started to realize that if you look at the world today and everything, and I think COVID just proved it, that lots of businesses are moving to the online platforms. And there's different ways to utilize online platforms to market your business specifically. And that's where we are aligning the ADHD mom entrepreneurs with the Biolink, where we teach actually our business owners and then other small business and medium business owners how to market their products and services using internet-based platforms. It's a little bit different than what we, the market on the internet is a little bit different than marketing, I would say, in the, the normal old ways. So it's a little bit different. There's lots of different techniques and technology and stuff you need. So, and we saw the gap there, and we are lucky to, start to present that already to business owners, and then taking it also in developing it in a online program.
Yeah. So COVID was for us also very, very good, because when COVID struck and we had to go online, Marelize and I were ready. We were ready we knew what to do. We knew what tools to use, and we could help our whole team. We had to teach them how to do them. A lot of them were in comfort zones. I mean, I didn't like doing a live. I remember Marelize always pushed me in front of the camera, and I hated it. And but then we didn't have any choice. When COVID struck for us with Biolink, we couldn't go to schools anymore. We couldn't go to therapists anymore. We needed to go online, and we were ready to do that. And as we did it more and more and more, and you know, it just got easier and easier. And now we are on a stage where I'll rather do a live on Facebook or on Instagram than write something, because it just comes easier for me. So COVID was good. We had, I think, 18% growth in our business last year in our whole business because of COVID. And remember, we've got paying parents that a lot of them lost their jobs, but we were giving them so much value, and not only the therapy that they come to us, but all the other stuff that we were doing, that they saw us as a need to have, not a nice to have. And that was also, you know, great with regards to that.
Yeah, and I think it aligns with in your business to set yourself to be the leader in your field, the place where everybody, you know, if they look for somebody, they say, go to Biolink, they're going to help you with that. And to position yourself in that way, it's going to take time. And there Karin is very good in it. She loves to make friends on Facebook. So she is very, very good in that, building relationships, real relationships with people in different ways. And I think also to be consistent in everything that we do. So in our business, in our Biolink business, Karin is very, very consistent, because she's the face. I'm at the back doing lots of the technical.
She does stuff that's too difficult for me. I'm not good with that.
But being consistent. So, you know, being consistent with webinars, with coffee chats, with giving value. Yeah, you can actually, I don't know if you want to add more, but
my whole year is already planned out. So end of November, the whole of 2022 will be done, everything. Speakers will be organized. Because remember, I'm ADHD. I need to do that. It keeps me sane, and through that, you know, we've built a great sustainable thing. And I think what you wanted to get to is that we had someone spying on us for 2 years. Every time I did a webinar, she was there. And after about 6-7 months, we realized that she actually works at the Department of Education. And but every time, and we started reaching out to her, but nothing happened. And this year she actually brought her daughter to us, and she enrolled her into the program, and she is very high up in the education department, but she actually knew everything about Marelize and I. So we actually built up a CV for 2 years, because she was always there. So when she came to us, I didn't have to pitch myself to her. She said to me, Karin, I want you to do this presentation, this webinar, this training. Can you come and do this for us, for schools that's underperforming in the Free State? And I'm like,
to help the teachers.
I can do that. But it's because of that consistency that we did. And trying to build
value. Yeah. Not being somebody you're not. Or, you know, just being yourself, because people at the end of the day, I think, connect with people.
If you're authentic, you can't pretend, but you're not.
Yeah. And there was I just want to give another example as well, why it's good to be visible and do things a little bit different in your business is collaboration. We talk about collaboration and people seeing you. And because of the visibility that we create on the internet platforms that we use in different ways, of course, we were also contacted by a guy in Morocco.
But I have to tell the story.
Okay,
you need to understand how long the story is that I started a group, and this lady came into the group, and I started chatting with her. And in the end,
it's a lady, but it's not a lady.
She's 26, 28. And she said, but I've got ADHD, and she asked me questions about her son. And in the end, she lives in Texas, in America. And she started the ADHD program. But she loves Marelize and I, and because we're always, you know, chatting, and we're supporting her. And this one night, it was about 8 weeks ago, I got a direct message on Instagram from a influencer in the ADHD market that I follow. And it was like 10 o'clock at night and I almost fell off my chair. I couldn't believe that this person is contacting us. And I actually thought it was a woman. I didn't even know. But in any case, so I started talking and he said that, listen, I saw you've got centers in South Africa. Can I do this as well? And we met with him. His name is Amin. He's from Morocco. He stays in Nice in France. And he told Marelize just like, why would I go and do this on my own? You already have the formula. Can we work together? And now we're going to open up in Morocco with a 25-year-old awesome ADHD guy that's making us part of his network. Yeah, we're going to be co-owners with him.
Yeah,
there, so.
yeah.
So networking and relationships and speaking to people, that's how you get known. But being consistent, like Marelize says, is very important.
Yeah. And I think especially in today is doing things different. You have to adapt with the time and the world and how it changes, and be on top of the changes, and then to see how you can use that for your business.
And I think your mindset, I think a lot of times I see it with our Biolink agencies, is that they are so stuck. I think they hate us, because now some of the older agents, they are so stuck in their ways. If I change it just a little bit much, I throw them the apple cart ondersteboven. But you need to do that. And because otherwise your business is not going to grow. No. So they know now. Some of them, I'll send them a WhatsApp. Just hold on to your pants because something new is coming. Then they know we're changing something now. But you need to do that. It's important to stay with it and challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to try and learn something. We're now onto YouTube. We're going to become YouTubers. We're going to do it because there's a lot of ways in which we're going to market our
video marketing. It's the next way of marketing. Video is going to become, and is already, huge. You need to know how to use video for marketing purposes, and there's ways you can use video and then rank on first pages on Google without even paying. So there's lots of ways you can do that, but you have to be you have to be hoe sê op datum? You have to be up to date of what's happening in the
Harry, you're sending me a direct message, but I don't know how to get to it. My computer is
it's old. Carry on. It's old.
Well, so we have to stop.
No, keep going. Still got a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Because we can talk forever. Sorry, Harry. Yeah, because we can go on and on. We get very excited.
Yeah, we've got lots of things in our heads that wants to come out. So,
but I think do you want to say something?
No,
I think we've got everything on the list. We did the list and a little bit more.
Yeah.
Good. So maybe if there's any questions, guys, you're welcome to type them in and we can deal with them. I think as you've seen in the chat box, and I loved Bev's comment, she said, inspirational chicks, she wishes she had ADHD.
We can maybe share it a little bit with you.
Yeah,
we can make it contagious.
It is contagious. We've got lots of people that say they just want to come and visit us a bit because we uplift them and then they feel better about themselves. So yeah, that's
what you've shared is, despite the ADHD and chasing every bright shiny objects, everything's a good idea. It's the structure and being clear on your goals, the priority, the focus, because that keeps pulling you back. And as the comments have said here, for somebody that's very ADHD, to have such structure, such system, such consistency, it is by design, not by default. And now to be operating with all these agencies in South Africa, agencies globally, and presenting to clever psychologists on a topic that people would normally medicate, it is truly inspiring, the story and what you guys have managed to achieve.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Gary. No, we are very excited, and we really believe that, and we know that our coach, and then later on when Marelize came along, is that That's what grounded us and gave us everything that we needed, and we stick to it. We don't change. We know what's working. We stick to it, and we just duplicating that. That's the key. But you need to work. It's not always easy. But it's simple, but it's not always easy.
Yeah, I can remember that the first time we went to an action club, and we saw that.
The 90-day plan.
Oh my goodness. And that, is it the 5 ways?
The 5 ways.
And
we
all
were
the systems,
overwhelmed.
and all the systems. We were totally overwhelmed, and we couldn't for the life imagine that we are going to get that right. But we did. But we took it step by step. Learn something, implement it, and then move on to the next one. So yeah, I think that's important.
For sure.
Follow through on what you start.
Absolutely. So what's next for the two of you? What's next for where you're going in the future?
We are still going to America, Harry. It's still going. Yeah. So just pre-COVID, we did register Biolink in the US.
Busy registered.
Yeah, busy. Everything came to a halt. But what we did see, Harry, is that what you said now is we took an American product. We are using it here, but can I tell you, the Americans that's there, they don't have we have developed such a uniqueness around the one part that they want to do what we are doing. And that's great, because now we can really move to the US and I know for sure, we know now that we will make a success there. We've got agencies already in Florida. We can now move, Harry, as soon as we can.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. And I think if I maybe can share a personal goal for us, and why we are doing everything that we are currently doing, and only adding 2 more businesses.
Yeah,
currently. Just two more. And there's a reason for that, is that if you look at, and everybody would know, South Africa, and you look at retirement, we love to travel. And, you have to look at a way when you retire to sustain that quality of life. And that's what we are working towards, is develop or building businesses that at the end of the day are going to give us recurrent income. And everything that we do is structured around that, also as well as a goal.
Brilliant. Good. Now, as you can see from the comments, everybody loved the session. And I think your passion, your energy, your excitement really comes through. Not only are they transforming the world from the ground up with kids and really doing some great work, they're leading in a field that is dominated by people that actually don't know what they're doing. So really inspiration to hear your story.